channel. Welcome back to Becoming Cleo. I am so excited that you're here. Today I want to talk about stepping outside of your comfort zone, like getting outside of your comfort zone and doing something new, doing something that scares you. So let's get into it. So now is a good time to start thinking about what are you going to do to get outside of your comfort zone. The holidays are approaching. We have Thanksgiving that just passed, and we also have Christmas coming up, which means that the new year in 2024 is literally right around the corner. So now's a good time. Now is a better time than any to start thinking about leaving your comfort zone. And I don't know about you guys, but I have some really big goals that I want to accomplish for next year. So let's talk about it, because I want to talk about it. For starters, I really want to get paid to write. One of my childhood dreams has always been to be an author, to get paid to write, to go on book tours, to teach about writing, to teach about poetry, storytelling. That has literally been a dream of mine since I was a little kid. And for the longest time, I never really felt like that's something that could happen for me. But now with all these resources and things becoming more accessible, I'm starting to feel more and more like this is a possibility. So I took the first step and I created a Substack. And if you don't know, that's like a platform for writers to post their different types of writings on it. I have already posted 2 posts. It's been super scary because they've been very personal. I don't really publish my writing out there for the world to see. But I'm like, if I want to get paid to write, folks got to be able to read my work, right? That only makes sense. So if you're interested in reading my Substack, or if you're interested in learning more about that journey of me writing and trying to get back into the flow of things, I'm gonna leave the link in the description bar. Y'all can check it out, and if you feel called to, feel free to subscribe. But I'm already taking this big leap and doing something scary because of this goal that I have in 2024. The second scary thing that I want to do next year, y'all, I'm like scared to say it. I want to get paid to model. Like, I don't necessarily want to be a model, but I want the experience of going on a modeling campaign, whether that's for like jeans or for like hair or for like fashion, whatever that looks like. That's something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. I feel like it's a good thing that I'm scared of this because that's like something outside of my comfort zone. But those are 2 of the really big goals that I have for myself within this upcoming 2024 year. Sharing these big goals, and I don't really know the how all of these things are going to happen. I'm just focusing on the what, but I'm also sharing this, 1, to put it out there into the universe, but also 2, for accountability purposes. I want to come back to this video at the end of 2024 and be like, wow, like I did both of those things. Like, it's like a personal record or diary of this information that I can come back and be like, okay, on this date you said this and it happened on this date. So stay tuned for a video in 2024 about this, because we're going to be manifesting that all next year. When I first started doing things out of my comfort zone, I literally could not tell anyone. I had to just like decide I was going to do something and then do it. Because if I told too many people, or if I started talking about it too much, I felt like I would eventually talk myself out of it to the point where I just wouldn't do it at all. So I am really of the belief that I just have to do it. And that's what works for me. But maybe there's a different approach that works for you, you know? It's all about finding the thing that works for you. Once I did something that was scary, it really gave me this courage and this belief that I can do more things that scare me, and that I can do more things that are outside of my comfort zone. It's like once you do it once, you can just continue to keep doing it over and over again. And so once I learned to step outside of my comfort zone and to continue to do it, I felt like I've learned quite a bit about what helps me to get outside of my comfort zone, that I wanted to share that with you guys as well. So I have 4 different things that have helped me to get outside my comfort zone, and hopefully it can help you get outside of your comfort zone too. The first thing is write down a list of 3 to 5 big and small goals, things that you really want to do and things that scare you. Make this list small to start off, because you really want to ease your way into stepping outside of your comfort zone. I mean, some people like to go all in, and if that's your thing, write down those big 5 things. But if you're like trying to work your way to it, start with like 3 to 5 small things of just stuff that you really, really want to do, but you're too scared to do. You can always go back to that list when you're trying to get outside of your comfort zone and you don't know where to start. So start with that list. Start small if you feel like that's your thing. Start big if you feel like that's your thing. I recommend 3 to 5 things because you do not want to overwhelm yourself. One of the things that I did when I first decided to step outside of my comfort zone was I went to a heels class. It's like one of those sexy, wear your sexy clothes and heels dance class. And I went to one of those, and that's like something that I've never done before and something that was also super scary to me. But that was like my first small thing of like stepping outside of my comfort zone. I got my little heels, I wore my little tight fitted outfit, and I went to this class and I had so much fun. And even though it was like super scary, I did it and I was proud of myself. So that was like one of my smaller goals right there. One of my bigger goals was to start the YouTube channel, and guys, we're here. So obviously that worked. But yeah, those are just two of my goals that I had in the past that I started with when it comes to stepping outside of my comfort zone. The second thing is to find safe people. I mentioned the term safe people in another video. It's a term that my therapist uses to describe people that you feel like are safe to you, people that you can trust important things with, people that you can confide in, people that just make you feel this sense of comfort and ease around them. So find your safe people to confide in. For example, for me, I felt like I really couldn't tell anybody the thing that I wanted to do that was outside of my comfort zone. I might have told my boyfriend, but I'm really not even sure. But if you do want to tell people because you're looking for support, you're looking for a community to lean on, find those people that you can trust, those people that are going to encourage you, to speak life into you, and to help you along the way when it comes to this journey of exiting the comfort zone, because it's not easy, okay? Third thing that helped me was to celebrate whenever I did something that was scary. I'm all about celebrating and rewarding yourself for doing things. I feel like the reward is really one of the things, at least for me, that helps to keep me going. The reward is also one of those things that I look forward to, something that keeps me excited to endure this journey. So find little and big ways to reward yourself. If you're doing something little, like I said, like going to a heels class, a way you could reward yourself is like buying your favorite ice cream. If you're doing something big, like how I said, starting a YouTube, one of my big rewards that I have for starting a YouTube and for being consistent was I bought a Nikon Z30 camera. It's a vlogger camera that was pretty pricey, but I got it because I really wanted to commit to YouTube, and it was my reward to actually starting my channel and for like continuing to post videos. So reward yourself in whatever way you see fit, and keep in mind that the reward does not have to be you buying yourself something. It could be watching a TV show, hanging out with so-and-so, going to a party, whatever it is that feels good to you. Just be sure to reward yourself, because it's definitely going to help you, to encourage you, and it's going to remind you that you can keep doing the scary things. The fourth thing is to be patient with yourself on your journey. So when it comes to stepping outside of your comfort zone, I really don't feel like there's a time when you're like, okay, I'm ready to do this. I'm also a firm believer in like starting before you're ready, because sometimes that ready moment may not come until you actually start. And you don't want to get stuck on like the perfect time to start or the perfect moment. You just kind of want to start so you can at least get the momentum going, and you can keep doing things that are outside of your comfort zone. You could have the best intention of trying to follow through when it comes to stepping outside of that zone. That doesn't always mean that you're going to execute it or that you're going to follow through. So be patient, because sometimes it is going to take multiple times of you trying to do this thing to actually step outside of your comfort zone. Really good example for this. I was in an herbalism class, and it was our very last class, and the instructors were asking for like final remarks. How did we feel about the class? What were our thoughts? I really enjoyed the class and I loved it a lot, and I felt like it really did help me in my life in a lot of different aspects. But when it came time to actually sharing these final remarks, this is a Zoom call by the way, but when it came time to actually share these final remarks on Zoom, I was silent. Like, one, I was retwisting my hair, but I was like, you know what? That's okay. That's okay. This is a BIPOC class. Like, it's come as you are. And two, I had a hat next to me because I was ready to like cover up the clips and speak on this in the Zoom class. But when it came to it, I just felt like I couldn't speak. I get very anxious when it comes to speaking in groups, especially groups where it's like multiple people, and groups on Zoom as well. I get really anxious about that. And so I had every intention to share my final remarks, but I just couldn't. And so instead of like beating myself up about it and being sad about it, because I was sad about it at first, I had to remind myself that one, stepping outside of your comfort zone is a journey, and that two, you have to be patient with yourself. Just because I have this anxiety and fear when it comes to speaking up in front of people doesn't mean that that's a reflection of what my life is going to look like when it comes to that area. I can evolve from that. I can learn to speak in front of people, especially over Zoom. This is not something that has to be the end all be all. So I decided to be patient with myself and to give myself grace. And I'm saying this because I want you to remember that for you too as well. Sit with the discomfort that although it didn't go as planned, you still had the best intention and you tried your very best to do whatever it is that you were trying to do. Patience and grace is one of the best gifts that you could ever give yourself, because like I said, this is a very hard thing to do and it's something that takes time. But if you just speaking to yourself in a way with like gentleness and kindness and ease is going to help to give you the courage to want to get up, to try it again, keep going, keep showing up, keep putting yourself out there. Don't get caught up if things don't always go as planned. Just keep showing up, keep putting your best foot forward, and that is literally all you can do. So those are the 4 things that really helped me to learn how to step outside of my comfort zone, and really just the things that allowed me to continue to want to step outside of my comfort zone. So I hope this video was helpful to you. Like I said, this is a journey, this is a marathon, this is a lifelong thing. There's always going to be new levels when it comes to stepping outside of your comfort zone. Let me know in the comments, what are 2 to 3 things that you want to do that's going to help you to step outside of your comfort zone. And with that being said, be sure to connect with me across all socials at Becoming Cleo. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.